If you've been with us all week, then you know that when Elisha became a prophet and began his new calling, he got rid of something. It says, he took his yoke of oxen and slaughtered them, and he burned the plowing equipment. And in doing that, what he was really doing was removing distractions. It wasn't wrong to have oxen or a plowing equipment, but Elisha knew that if he saw those things every day, he might be tempted to go back to them, especially on the days when his new calling would become pretty hard. And so he got rid of good things so that it wouldn't distract him from doing the thing that God had called him to do at that moment. Is there any good thing in your life, a good thing that God has given you, or something that could be good that is getting in the way or distracting you from carrying out your callings? A lot of guys like video games, for example, and video games aren't necessarily sinful just by themselves. They're a good way to relax, but if you're a student and your playing video games is distracting you from doing your homework as well as you possibly can, then that's a distraction that's getting in the way of you carrying out the calling that God has given you. A lot of women are married to men who like to play video games. And again, nothing wrong with playing video games, but according to one survey that I saw, 75% of those women who are married to men who like to play video games feel unhappy in their marriage because they say that their husbands pay more attention to their video games than they do to their wife. Text messaging and email and internet, the use of all those things has increased substantially just over the last decade. Again, nothing wrong with all those things just by themselves. They help us communicate well. They help us to become more productive. But I don't think it's coincidental that the number of children who are clinically depressed has increased over the last 10 years more than 200%. By more than 200%. At least in part because their parents aren't giving them as much direct attention. Good things are only good things when they don't distract us from doing the things that God calls us to do. And Jesus felt the same way. In the Gospel of Luke in chapter 9, things are really good for Jesus. They're very good. He's doing miracles. His disciples are doing miracles. People love him. They want to be around him. Things are going really well. But in the middle of Luke chapter 9, Luke throws in this little phrase where he says, Jesus resolutely set out for Jerusalem. And what was waiting for Jesus in Jerusalem wasn't more popularity and wasn't more praise. It was a cross and some nails and a whole lot of pain. And that's what he chose. He left behind the popularity and the praise, like Elisha did with his oxen and his plowing equipment. He got rid of the good thing because he wanted nothing to distract him from doing one very important thing. Loving you, saving you, forgiving you, and giving you one friend whom you know will let nothing distract him from being there for you.
Did you enjoy this video? Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube so you don't miss a single message. Click right here.